dip netting for Alaskan salmon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. How many of you have gone fishing? Oh, wow, everyone. Awesome. And what did you guys catch? Just shout it out. And what did you fish with? Fishing poles. All right. Well, I'm going to tell you about a type of fishing in Alaska that I participate in where we actually use big nets. It's called dip netting. And the type of fish we fish for is salmon. So the 3 steps that I remember for dip netting are waders, which is your outfit, wade in, going into the water, and waiting for the fish. So starting with waders and other tools that you'll need, these are an example of waders. And what waders are basically rain boots mixed with overalls. So a big rain boot that comes up to about here. And in Alaska, it's pretty cold. The water can be about 40 degrees on some days. So you wear really warm clothing underneath your waders and also rain jackets over them so that the water doesn't splash in. And another thing you use if you want to go, or you can see right here, there's a net. If you want to click to the next one, we have nets here. And because it's a fairly new type of fishing, you basically have to make your own tools. So using pipe, the nets can be from anywhere from this side of the board to that side, or about as long as those. You add handles and add nets onto the end, and that's basically what you use. Also, you can see here he has kind of a chain with hooks on the end, and that's what you hold your fish on. And then right here, this is a bumper. You can go to the next one. All right, so once you have your waders on and you have your fishing net, you wade into the water. And things to remember are, obviously, you want to go into a body of water that has fish, and that's going to be a river. And the river I like to fish in is the Kenai River. Another thing to remember is sandbanks. Sandbanks are where more sand is collected in one area than in another, so you can actually go out further into the water than you would be able to in deeper areas. And also the times to fish. This picture actually, I was one of the only people in the water at the time because it was high tide, and that means the tide was further in on shore. And I thought, well, I'm going to go out and fish anyway, which was not a good idea because low tide is when it's out and the waves are less calm. So about a minute after this picture, I was knocked over by a 6-foot wave and my entire waders filled with water. So that's another important thing to remember. So after you've waded into the water, the next step is to wait. And so when you're in the water, you're holding your net, you wait for the fish to come and knock on your net. And you twist it the opposite way, and you pull your net all the way into shore. It's also important to watch for other fishermen. As you can see along here, it gets very busy, and it's really easy to tangle nets. So once you catch a fish, bring it into shore, far enough on shore that when you untangle it from the net, it doesn't flop back in, because that's happened to me a few times. And you have the fish, and on the top of its head right here, there's a stripe. And with the bonker stick I showed you earlier, you hit that on the stripe until the fish stops moving. And it's important to hit it in the same spot or in that spot, so that you don't damage the meat. And when you're carrying it, to carry it right under its neck back to your cooler, so not to damage the meat. So once you have your waders on, you've waded into the water, and you wait for the salmon. In Alaska, we have 5 different types of salmon. So can you hold out your hand for me? 5. So thumb is chum. Can you say that? Chum. Chum. Pointer finger is sockeye, like you're poking someone in the eye. Your middle finger is king, like king of the hill, the very tallest. Your ring finger is silver, like a wedding band. And your pinky is pink. So can we go over that? Thumb is? Chum. Pointer finger? Sockeye. Middle finger? King. Ring finger? Silver. And pinky? Pink. Awesome job. So remember, if you find yourself dip netting, to wear your waders, wade in, and wait. Thank you, guys.